Hi boys and girls. Okay, so last week we created, you're going to need to cut each of those lines into strips. And I've got some of mine already cut off here. You can see how I cut them off. So you're just going to go along the fold line here and you're going to cut them off. And then we're going to be using those along with some solid color strips that either Mrs. Walker has already cut for you, or you may have to do the folding and cutting yourself if I don't have enough cut of the color that you need. Okay, so what you're going to do is get all of these cut apart, and then to make them even more cool, I want you to flip them over. So this one I used dark green, so I'm going to find my dark green marker and I'm going to flip it. I'm going to be making a wavy line with dots. Okay, so I'm just going to repeat what I did on the other side, which is a wavy line and some sort of circle dots in each of the waves. So it's like I've got a dotted line on each side of my wavy line. Okay, that one's done. And then I see another dark green one over here. I'm going to, oh, I already did that one. So flip it over, make sure that you have two sides to it. Let's see if this one does. Nope. So this one is my loopy line with the light blue. It's going to flip it over. Loopy line with light blue. Okay? Once you've done that with all of your pieces, this one's ready too. Some of mine are ready and some of them are not. I'm not going to use the ones that aren't. I'm going to just set those aside. And then we should have had time to decorate your base with your name, class code, and different kinds of line designs. Okay, this is what we're going to be building on today. So pick your first strip. You're going to want to make some feet for your strip. So if you look at this, in order for it to stick to this, I'm going to fold the end here and make it look like it has, do you see how that's almost like a little foot right there? And I'm going to put my glue on that little foot. And if you are using the glue bottles that look like this, remember you don't have to open them, you just press this down, press and hold a little bit and the glue will start to come out. And I'm kind of waiting for my glue to run down because it's not there yet. Sometimes it takes a little time for the glue to get down into here because I had my bottle sitting upright, which is the correct way to leave it. Alright, I'm starting to see some glue coming out. Once you see glue and it's sticky, then you're going to take that little foot and press it down. And we want to make different kinds of lines with these. So if I make another, whoops, I guess maybe I'll make my other foot right now and get some glue on it so that it's ready to go. If I want this to be a curved line, do you see that? How I have 2 feet and it curves. I can just make it go like this. And that would be a curved line, right? If I want this to be a wavy line, I would have to put some glue in the middle so that the middle sticks down to my plate. You see how this is a wavy line? If this foot is stuck down, the middle is stuck down, and this is stuck down, it makes a wavy line, right? So I'm gonna probably make this one just into a curved line like that. And my glue did not stick that good, so I need more glue. We may have to use the other glue bottles for this if this doesn't work. Oh yeah, it's coming out now. I guess I just have to give it time. So you want enough glue for it to stick well. I don't know, maybe it's not. I might have to get a different bottle. So what's our strategy? If yours isn't coming out good, you either are patient and you wait a little bit longer and keep pushing down, or you can go get a different bottle. Try it. Maybe yours is dried out, or you can try picking it off. Oh yeah, so maybe try picking it off because it could be clogging it up, right? Mine's a little bit dried on there. Oh, there we go. Oh, I bet that was causing the problem all along. Let me try it again. Oh yeah, wow, it works so much better. Okay. So if that happens to you, you know what to do. And then I'm also going to put some, oh no, this is the one that's going to be curved, so I'm not going to put any in the middle. I'm just going to hook my feet onto my plate, and then I'm going to hold for a few seconds. Some of you may have to hold longer than others, but once it's holding on its own, you can let go. If it's not, especially when I do this, it tends to push those two off, so you might have to hold it a little bit longer before you do that, okay? But that's my curved line. Let's see, what's another one? Oh, what about a zigzag line, right? I could do a zigzag line. In order to do a zigzag line, you're going to do the same thing. You want to make some feet, right, on each side. But then for the zigzag, we want it to go back and forth, back and forth. So I'm going to fold this in half. That's my center point. And then, do you see which direction this is folded? I want to fold it the opposite direction, like that. And then I want to fold it, so you see that right there? I want to go back the other way. Each time, I'm going to fold it the opposite direction until I reach the center there. So it'll make a zigzag pattern. Okay, so for this one, I've already folded it this way. If I fold it this way, it's going to wrap it up into a coil, and I don't want that. I want to go the opposite way. I want to go away from that. So if you open it up and it looks like this, you're doing it right. If you open it up and it's going around and around, you're going the wrong way, okay? And I'll show you that in just a minute, what would happen if I do it the wrong way. So right now, I've got it. And then this one, I need my middle one to go the opposite way too, so I'm going to fold that way. So check to see that you have this shape before you glue it down, okay? This would be a zigzag line, or a lot of diagonal lines. And, oh wow, this one isn't decorated on the back, so I wish I hadn't used that one, because I want to see, I'm going to reverse it so that we can see my beautiful. So you can reverse all of your folds the opposite way, and then your zigzag there. Now my lines are on top, and I'm going to glue it down like this. So I need some glue on my feet, which is just the 2 end pieces. And then I'm going to hold those down like so. And then I'll show it to you from the side here so you can see how cool my zigzag line looks. So check out my zigzag line. See my zigzag line? Isn't that cool? Okay, now I'm ready for another line. And if you look at this one, on this one I did my zigzag line with a solid color of paper. There's my curved line, is the yellow one. I did the curve. Oh, I guess I did 2 zigzags. I did a yellow zigzag that starts here, and then I attached it to that one, okay, to make it kind of grow taller. We need to do a spiral like this, and look at this loopy line. So I've got a loopy line, I've got a curl or a spiral. This one actually loops too, but it's just one loop. This one I put the feet really close together, and I folded 2 corners to make it into diagonals and straight lines, right? This one, I have almost looks like a square, right? So it comes straight up, straight across, and straight down. So I have lines that are horizontal and vertical lines, which kind of makes the square. So those are straight lines, right? Those straight lines, all you have to do for that one is you make a foot, right? So start by making a foot here, and then make another foot over here. There's my 2 feet. I folded my feet. Now I want it to be a square, so I'm going to go about 1/3 of the way on each side. I want to leave the top part of mine flat. So figure out how much you want to be flat, and then make a fold down like that, and a fold down like that. And it should make, when I put those feet down, this is going to make like a box or a square. If I want it to be a triangle, I'm just going to push my feet closer together, and then the shape that will come up will be 2 diagonals and a horizontal line, okay? You can decide on that when you place it on your plate, okay? For the spirally lines, all Mrs. Walker did is, when I glued it down, I twisted this around before I glued it down. You see that? And it makes a spiral. So if you twist, but this one you really have to hold on to because it wants to untwist. So while you're waiting for it to dry, you definitely have to hold on to those feet for a little bit, or it'll let go, okay? And I could put my twist on top of here, couldn't I? I could put a twist right on top of my curved line if I really want mine to grow tall. So depending on what you want, remember this is your sculpture. You can make it any way you want, okay? Do you see how when I put it on top, it kind of grows taller? It's totally up to you. All right, I'm not going to attach these. I'm going to let you guys just have fun with yours. Anything goes. I could start switching to solid colors right now if I wanted to, right? To make the curl that we talked about, if you take a marker or a pencil or something and you just start wrapping this around it nice and tight, just wrap it around there. Keep going and keep going and keep going. But leave yourself a little flat foot, right? I'm going to fold a little foot in there. I think I kind of forgot to do that. Make sure you save out a foot that you can put the glue on. And then when you take this out, do you see how I have a spiral in there? Isn't that cool? Let's see, what other one didn't I show you? I think I showed you all the important ones, really. Yeah. just have fun. And then when you're done, we're going to take a picture of these, so you'll want to bring it up to Mrs. Walker so we can take a photograph.